Hello and welcome. In this and the next couple of videos, we'll be looking at how to look good. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is going to be a really long video because you look great, Cheesy. But look at the duration. Is he going to speak really quickly? Well, don't worry. We're going to keep it short and we're going to keep it simple by teaching you the CGC method. That's camouflage, grooming and confidence. So let's make it happen. CGC. K, G, K. Okay, and first up, camouflage. Well, let's assume that you're not good looking. Because if you were good looking, you'd be out doing good looking things and having fun and not watching this video. So how do you hide the fact that you're not good looking? Camouflage, as any 15-year-old boy with a well-stocked provincial library and an interesting military history will tell you, is the art of concealment, distraction, confusion and hiding and things like that. And you know, in those days it was a perfectly reasonable hobby to have. Nowadays you'd probably be on a prevent program or something, but that's a different video, I think. Hiding, yeah. So how's that work? Okay, you can see me. You're ugly. You can't see me. You're ugly. You can't see me. Yes, it works, but how practical is it? Could you walk around with a row of plants on a plank, like the drinks you get in one of those Belgian pubs with the little third pints on the plank, and ones that taste like fizzy cough medicine are about 30% proof, and you get all crystalline raspberry crystals in your beard, and they hang like stalactites from your facial hair, but you don't notice that until after she's gone, when she's walked out saying that she doesn't want a relationship with a man who starts slurring his words 10 minutes into the first date, and then you just watch her leave. Distraction. Distraction. Of course, we're all familiar with the dazzle ship's camouflage on World War I battleships, which used a disruptive pattern and clashing shades to distract the brain and the eye from registering that there was an enormous battleship right in front of you. But did you know that these very same techniques can be used in everyday life? For instance, a middle-aged man might hide his paunch by adopting sportswear, which has a disruptive pattern. A lot of modern premiere strips now are replete with a Chinese slogan advertising a betting firm, which can be very successful at disguising moobs. In fact, this serves as a triple distraction. What? What does that say in Chinese? 2. What is the shape of that man whose form is so disruptive by the dazzle ship's design? Dazzle Ships? Wasn't that an album by OMD in the late 1980s? OMD? Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark. Enola Gay, you should have stayed at home yesterday. No, I think that was Tears for Fears. No, Tears for Fears were Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Where has that Chinese-speaking man with the incoherent form gone? I don't know. And remember, throughout that exchange, no one actually calls you fat or not looking good. A success. An important point whilst looking at suitable sports camouflage or sports flage, check out the lower and non-league divisions of the Football Association because there is some very promising designs which also feature the thinning stripes, as we can see here on the Streatham Rovers football kits. This is also available much cheaper than the rip-off top 5 Premier brands. It was allegedly the need to conceal weight gain which led to Paul Gascoigne swapping the shirt of Tottenham Hotspur for the much more forgiving shirt of Lazio. However, this is somewhat controversial, and I'll put the links in the description below so you can have a look at that yourself. Personally, I just think he left Tottenham because they were rubbish and Lazio were much better. Now, let's talk about concealment. Now, you'll notice I have a hideous disfiguring spot on my forehead, but I can conceal this spot by putting my finger over it and looking very interested in something, as if I'm thinking, So this in itself is a distraction on top of a concealment and also introduces a talking point. I am empowering myself by embracing my repulsive spot. Okay, time for the workshop section. What we're going to do is workshop through that concealment technique that I just showed you. First of all, find the most disturbing aspect of your face or body and cover it with a hand. So in this example, I'm going to choose that my mouth is particularly grotesque. So first of all, conceal the point of hideousness, and then embrace the point of hideousness. Empower. I am beautiful. I am beautiful. I am beautiful. Okay, now it's your turn. I hope that was an interesting experience for you. And now let's look at another aspect of concealment which we've just touched on in that workshop. Asymmetry. Time for some science. Grammer and Thornhill's study, Human, Homo sapiens, Facial Attractiveness and Sexual Selection, the Role of Symmetry in Averageness in the Journal of Comparative Psychology in 1994, and reinforced by Rosen Zeberowicz's research in 2002, see Facial Attractiveness, Evolutionary, Cognitive and Social Perspectives, as summarised in Wikipedia, found facial symmetry has been found to increase ratings of attractiveness in human faces. So, what does this mean to me? Well, the answer is to conceal symmetries either by using the techniques we saw earlier or by doing a Streisand. Now, this technique was named after the actress who was reputedly only ever filmed from one side, the side she thought was her best side. Having said that, I'm looking at the internet and there's loads of pictures of both sides of her head, so that's rubbish. But it doesn't change what I said. And don't try to trip me up, Streisand. Not now. Not ever. Anyway, to summarise, if your face is grotesquely asymmetrical, like that, then you can remedy this by appearing in profile. Like this. Walk like an Egyptian. Wonder what have happened to the bangles. They were very symmetrical. Very symmetrical. Okay. So we've learnt about hiding, we've learnt about distraction, we've learnt about concealment. Great techniques, yes. But what if they're impractical because you're flying a fast jet or trying to make a cup of tea? Well, in the next video, we're going to move on and look at grooming. Hope to see you then. And in the meantime, may I quote from Buddhist scripture? If you take a step and trip, then your journey will still be as long as a man's corpse. Wise words. I'm not sure if that means it's good or bad, or indeed what it means, but think upon it and look forward to seeing you again.